Welcome back, my friends. If you follow this channel, you already know that artificial intelligence is the technology of 2023. Can Amazon catch Microsoft and Google in generative artificial intelligence with custom AWS chips? What does it mean for the economy? And, what does it mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. And, before we continue, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is ProWorldNet.com. ProWorldNet.com is a job website specifically dedicated to licensed professions. Doctors, including any type of specialty. Nurses, and that includes all grades of nurses. Lawyers, regardless of area of legal focus. Teachers and professors, from kindergarten through graduate school. As well as any kind of job that requires a government license or certification. And ProWorld.net also includes short-term gig-type jobs as well. So, be sure to check out ProWorldNet.com if you are looking for a job or an employee. In an unmarked office building in Austin, Texas, 2 small rooms contain a handful of Amazon employees designing 2 types of microchips for training and accelerating generative AI. These custom chips, Inferentia and Trainium, offer AWS customers an alternative to training their large language models on NVIDIA GPUs, which have been getting difficult and expensive to procure. The entire world would like more chips for doing generative AI, whether that's GPUs or whether that's Amazon's own chips that we're designing, Amazon Web Services CEO Adam Selipsky told CNBC in an interview in June. I think that we're in a better position than anybody else on earth to supply the capacity that our customers collectively are going to want. Yet others have acted faster, and invested more, to capture business from the generative AI boom. When OpenAI launched ChatGPT in November, Microsoft gained widespread attention for hosting the viral chatbot, and investing a reported $13 billion in OpenAI. It was quick to add the generative AI models to its own products, incorporating them into Bing in February. That same month, Google launched its own large language model, Bard, followed by a $300 million investment in OpenAI rival Anthropic. It wasn't until April that Amazon announced its own family of large language models, called Titan, along with a service called Bedrock to help developers enhance software using generative AI. Amazon is not used to chasing markets. Amazon is used to creating markets. And I think for the first time in a long time, they are finding themselves on the back foot and they are working to play catch up, said Chirag Dekade, VP analyst at Gartner. Meta also recently released its own LLM, Llama 2. The open-source ChatGPT rival is now available for people to test on Microsoft's Azure public cloud. Chips are seen as the ultimate true differentiation. In the long run, Dekade said, Amazon's custom silicon could give it an edge in generative AI. I think the true differentiation is the technical capabilities that they're bringing to bear, he said. Because guess what? Microsoft does not have Trainium or Inferentia, he said. AWS quietly started production of custom silicon back in 2013 with a piece of specialized hardware called Nitro. It's now the highest volume AWS chip. Amazon told CNBC there is at least one in every AWS server, with a total of more than 20 million in use. In 2015, Amazon bought Israeli chip startup Annapurna Labs. Then in 2018, Amazon launched its ARM-based server chip, Graviton, a rival to x86 CPUs from giants like AMD and Intel. Probably high single-digit to maybe 10% of total server sales are ARM, and a good chunk of those are going to be Amazon. So on the CPU side, they've done quite well, said Stacy Rasgon, senior analyst at Bernstein Research. Also in 2018, Amazon launched its AI-focused chips. That came 2 years after Google announced its first tensor processor unit, or TPU. Microsoft has yet to announce the Athena AI chip it's been working on, reportedly in partnership with AMD. CNBC got a behind-the-scenes tour of Amazon's chip lab in Austin, Texas, where Trainium and Inferentia are developed and tested. VP of Product Matt Wood explained what both chips are for. Machine learning breaks down into these 2 different stages. So you train the machine learning models and then you run inference against those trained models, Wood said. Trainium provides about 50% improvement in terms of price performance relative to any other way of training machine learning models on AWS. For now, however, NVIDIA's GPUs are still king when it comes to training models. In July, AWS launched new AI acceleration hardware powered by NVIDIA H100S. NVIDIA chips have a massive software ecosystem that's been built up around them over the last 15 years that nobody else has, Rascon said. The big winner from AI right now is NVIDIA. And don't forget, Amazon can leverage its cloud dominance. Amazon does not need to win headlines. Amazon already has a really strong cloud install base. All they need to do is to figure out how to enable their existing customers to expand into value creation motions using generative AI, Descartes said. When choosing between Amazon, Google, and Microsoft for generative AI, there are millions of AWS customers who may be drawn to Amazon because they're already familiar with it, running other applications and storing their data there. How quickly can these companies move to develop these generative AI applications is driven by starting first on the data they have in AWS and using compute and machine learning tools that we provide, explained Milan Thompson-Bukovac, VP of Technology at AWS. AWS is the world's biggest cloud computing provider, with 40% of the market share in 2022, according to technology industry researcher Gartner. Although operating income has been down year over year for 3 quarters in a row, AWS still accounted for 70% of Amazon's overall $7.7 billion operating profit in the second quarter. AWS operating margins have historically been far wider than those at Google Cloud. AWS also has a growing portfolio of developer tools focused on generative AI. Let's rewind the clock even before ChatGPT. It's not like after that happened, suddenly we hurried and came up with a plan because you can't engineer a chip in that quick a time, let alone you can't build a Bedrock service in a matter of 2 to 3 months, said Swami Sivasubramanian, AWS VP of Database, Analytics and Machine Learning. Bedrock gives AWS customers access to large language models made by Anthropic, Stability AI, AI21 Labs and Amazon's own Titan. We don't believe that one model is going to rule the world, and we want our customers to have the state-of-the-art models from multiple providers because they are going to pick the right tool for the right job, Sivasubramanian said. The notion of technological advancement and artificial intelligence upending the job market isn't a new phenomenon. Robots and automation, for example, have become a mainstay of factory floors and assembly lines. And it has had various effects on the workplace, by displacing, changing, enhancing or creating jobs, experts said. Artificial intelligence, a relatively nascent and fast-moving type of technology, will undoubtedly do the same, experts said. However, it's likely such tech will target a different segment of the American workforce than has been the case in the past. AI is distinguished from past technologies that have come over the last 100+ years, said Rakesh Kochar, an expert on employment trends and a senior researcher at Pew Research Center, a nonpartisan think tank. It is reaching up from the factory floors into the office spaces where white-collar, higher-paid workers tend to be. In basic terms, AI is built to mimic a human's cognitive ability, i.e., to think like a human. It lets computers and machines perform tasks by themselves, Kochar said. ChatGPT, an AI chatbot developed by San Francisco-based OpenAI, went viral after debuting to the public in November 2022, fueling a national debate as millions of people use the program to write essays, song lyrics and computer code. Such technology differs from robots, which generally perform physical tasks like lifting or moving objects. That reduces costs and prices for goods and services, leading consumers to feel richer and spend more, which fuels new job creation, he said. In advanced economies like the US, new technologies have a negative short-term impact on net jobs, causing total employment to fall by 2 percentage points, according to Jean Kienberg-Hanlon, a World Bank economist. Business owners, who generally reap more profit and less need for labor, are often the winners. The new automation of the future, including AI, has the potential to cause much more worker displacement and inequality than older generations of automation, perhaps eliminating jobs for millions of vehicle drivers, retail workers, lawyers, accountants, finance specialists and healthcare workers, among many others. And most of the growth has occurred in the past year, likely tied to the recent popularity of ChatGPT, he added. Artificial intelligence, AI, refers to the ability of machines to perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence to complete. This involves creating intelligent algorithms and computer programs that can do human-like things. AI systems are typically built using machine learning techniques. These involve training algorithms on large amounts of data. Other AI techniques include other forms of intelligence. Artificial intelligence, AI, works by processing vast amounts of data through algorithms. These algorithms are designed to learn from that data. And, most importantly, to improve over time. Overall, AI systems work by processing vast amounts of data through sophisticated algorithms that can learn and improve over time. As the technology continues to evolve, we can expect AI to become even more advanced and capable of performing increasingly complex tasks. But, what do you think? Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.